right, smile. Well, it's 3:30 a.m. and we are on our way to the Grand Canyon. Here we are at the South Kaibab trailhead.
We're doing this!
Here we are at Point. So we got started and then a lone unattended mule started coming up past us when we were about 200 meters in. And then we heard the mule train driver yelling, "Turn off your headlights, get to the side." So we had to wait there for a few minutes while they started to get that resolved, but we were eventually able to pass the mule train.
How can we not be doing great? Thank you. Bye, beautiful mules. You are very... I've never felt so alive and free.
All right, it is 5:59 a.m. and we just hit our first patch of sunlight.
Warming up.
It's not too warm yet. This is flat, so I can film myself without falling, hopefully. All right, so the super sexy hat has come out. Nobody talks about how much greenery is on the canyon, to steal what Caitlin just said before I turned on the camera. Let's keep going.
All right.
You might steal a frame from this for your pro pic. Look at the engineering on these switchbacks.
That is incredible. Really, really
So we're starting to get lower and it's not really hot yet, but we are going in and out of the sun, which you can definitely tell. A little warmer in the sun than out of the sun. So we're getting down to, when you're at the top on the rim, you can see this area that looks flat and green. That is, I don't know, 2/3 of the way down the canyon. And we're getting close to that, as far as we can tell. Watch my sticks. You wanna go past?
I'll pass it.
There's the bridge. We've made it to the Colorado River. Hey, let me come up next to you.
We're at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Almost a Phantom Ranch.
Y'all are very good. We made it to Phantom Ranch.
So Phantom Ranch seems to have a ton of buildings, all the places you can stay overnight. We're trying to find which one is the store. Office and canteen. There we go. So we're making our way through the box. It's probably been 80% shade and 20% sun. And you can really tell when you're in the sun. I don't think it's too hot. Probably in the high 80s or something. But it feels really good in the shade, but obviously we're sweating. It is getting close to 10 o'clock. So we're making our way through. Look at this. It's all by the creek. We're more than halfway done overall. And we're more than halfway from Phantom Ranch to Manzanita. And we just had a bit of a stretch of sun, hoping we keep getting that interrupted by shade. Might have a tough stretch ahead of us to Manzanita. Really clear view of the rock formations.
Let's not forget that these are over 1 billion years old.
It doesn't seem like very many people film this part where the box opens up and is It's just kind of a wide valley. You know, we're climbing a little bit overall, a little bit of ups and downs, but this part's just hard and it's in the sun. So that's probably why most people don't record here. So we're just trying to make it through, obviously not take a break in the sun. We've been going, making good progress. We've come up quite a ways. I'm afraid that's where we're going. Cottonwood Campground. That was a tough stretch from when the box opened up to here, about 3 to 4 miles, but we made it. I think we might be going up there to the right, where the rock starts to get white. Just admiring these layers of rock and wondering where the clouds, the cloudiness that was supposed to come in this afternoon is. Now granted, it is 11:45. Oh yeah.
It is about 12 o'clock and we made it to Manzanita rest area, and now we are having some snacks.
All right, we rested for probably 45 minutes and we are ready to start the ascent.
Yep. Some of us weren't ready at
So I thought this part would be really discouraging when you can see there's so much left to go. But really, it looks like a manageable amount. I don't know if I'm crazy, but that's just how I'm feeling. We don't know if it's 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes, but that sun is going to go behind the mountain and it's going to be so much easier. We're about a mile past Manzanita and we're cruising. We had this awesome hour where we were walking on that edge of the canyon. We were in the shade, but now we're back in the sun. I think less than 3 miles to go. We are out of the sun into the really different climate here. As we're climbing out of the North Rim, we just passed the Supai Tunnel.
It was amazing.
Which means we have less than 2 miles left. And
we're doing great. We're feeling good.
We're doing great.
We did it! It's emotional. We did it!
Come on up here.
All right. We decided to do this hike at the beginning of summer, so we knew that we had to quickly get in shape to hike the Grand Canyon. We had 9 weeks to prepare.
Yeah, so we're kind of casual runners. We do races now and then, so that was kind of a core of our training, running. But instead of avoiding the heat, running early in the morning and late in the evening during the summer, we embraced the heat. And we would go out on runs in the middle of the day and do 5 or 7 miles at a time that way, when the heat index was similar to what it would be in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, the most fun thing that we did during our training to hike the Grand Canyon was we did big hikes ourselves. And so we traveled on the Amtrak up to Maine and hiked Acadia. I think we did a 12-mile brutal hike there. And then we also went to western North Carolina and we hiked one of the biggest peaks there, which was about 4 miles. And we hiked up it twice, so that way we could get both the up and the down to really simulate what we would be doing at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, the challenge of the Grand Canyon, it's different from climbing a mountain because you go down first and then when you're more tired, you go back up. So that's kind of hard to achieve. So the last thing that we did, my least favorite part, Caitlin says it wasn't that bad, but we went to downtown Raleigh. We walked up there with our hiking backpacks and we found a 7-story parking garage, and we would just go up and down that parking garage in the 90, 95 degree heat. For our first one was 30 minutes, then we did 45, then 60, and then our last one, maybe the week before the hike, was 90 minutes of going up and down those stairs.
Yeah. So in addition to that, we also just tried to stay fit throughout the week. I like going to the Y and doing cycling classes. Skylar was running during the hottest parts of the day. And then, of course, we were taking these stinkers, the 2 dogs, on walks with our backpacks on too. They really helped us because they just pulled us every direction.
We just try to get out and about, stay on our feet, get out in the heat as much as possible to train for the canyon, and it paid off.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget that we filled our backpack with textbooks.
Oh yeah, yeah. We had to make our backpacks heavier than they would be on Grand Canyon Day, so we put textbooks in there. And in the end, I felt our strength and endurance was very, very well prepared for the canyon.
Yeah.
And it was really heat and nutrition that was the challenge.
Yeah, for sure. So we took a lot of stuff with us on our Grand Canyon hike. We try to be intentional because we know every item that we bring adds weight to our backpack. But we're going to go over just some of the items that we brought. And I'll start with the Osprey backpack. Both of us got these. They have water bladders in them, which I took out because they were getting kind of gross. But that was really awesome. The water bladders are 2.5 liters each.
We also put bottles on the sides as well. So we had plenty of water, but that's peace of mind. It is extra weight. It was also very beneficial that in the bottles you could have different flavors. So whatever you were feeling like drinking, maybe you'd have that readily available. We did the Nun electrolyte tablets,
Gatorade,
and also blue Gatorade.
So we brought some airborne too.
And I think these were really vital.
Yeah.
For the hike.
Speaking of nutrition, we also brought some protein bars, which I really wasn't a fan of. They were just too dense for me to stomach.
It was kind of work to eat these. I think they're really good, but it was kind of hard to eat them.
Yeah, lots of grapefruit or fruit snacks, whatever they're called.
Welch's fruit snacks.
Welch's fruit snacks. We just really enjoy eating these. They're not a great source of calories or anything, but we like them and we find them very easy to stomach.
And then the maybe surprise MVP was the Cliff Shot energy gels, which I think these are kind of for runners. They're for during exercise, which obviously that's how we use them.
Yeah.
But these were a game changer.
Yeah, for sure. We also brought some Uncrustable sandwiches, which we kept frozen, and a turkey sandwich for each of us, pistachios.
Yep.
Any other nutrition we brought?
Leftovers from restaurants.
That was not good. I didn't enjoy that. We brought hiking poles, which were really nice to have. Definitely would recommend those.
I think these are just one of the first ones that come up on Amazon. I don't think you have to get expensive ones.
No. And then for socks and shoes, we just wore our old running shoes. They got really, really dirty, but just something that we knew was going to keep our feet comfortable. And then Skylar and I wore different socks. I wore the Smart Wool socks, which were wonderful. They kept my feet really dry. No blisters for me, just some toe things.
I wore really big, thick, like work socks almost. You know, whatever makes your feet feel good during the hike.
Yeah. You'll see in the video that we were wearing this the whole time. It is our Frog Tog towel. This was really great. It kept us really cool, and we would get it wet at every chance we could. So definitely worth it to bring this along.
So the hike did go well for us, but it was not without its challenges for sure. So the first part of the canyon is, I think, the best views. It's kind of the view that you get from the South Rim as a normal tourist, but suddenly you're in it. And you're just walking down and your head's on a swivel the whole time just because it is so stunning. And it's early in the morning, it's not that hot, so you really don't realize how much you're sweating going down the initial 5 or 6 miles.
Yeah. Plus we live in Raleigh where the humidity is insane. And there was hardly any humidity. So for me, I didn't realize how much I was losing in fluids through my sweat. And so I didn't drink as much water as I should have, which meant that by the time we got to Phantom Ranch, I really wasn't feeling very well at all. I was super, super nauseated and just not feeling my best. So luckily, I was able to just take in a bunch of fluids and also continue to just stomach these. These are what felt good in my stomach. Nothing else did. And so I was just trying to get as many calories and as many electrolytes in my system as I could. And luckily I was able to bounce back, but it was really scary when I realized that, oh no, I'm not feeling well. This could potentially be a really dangerous situation.
So, sort of supposed to be the easiest part, the most beautiful, is not to be taken lightly when you're descending into the canyon.
Oh, for sure. The other challenge that I had was that I realized that I had heat rash all over my ankles and my feet. I looked it up and they call it Disney rash from the tourists who get it in Disney World. But yeah, it just really made us feel like, wow, this is really hot down here. The heat is very serious. Even though we didn't feel like it was super, super hot, it definitely was a concern. And so, yeah, taking care of our bodies and just drinking those fluids wasn't really important.